Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us again as we explore real estate markets all over the world. Our mission here is to share with you the many real estate opportunities outside your own city. And we do that by showcasing opportunities for you found in our over 850 Keller Williams offices in the US and in 54, it's 54 now, international regions and counting on 5 continents. Just recently launching in Guyana and Saudi Arabia. That's exciting, right? For those of you that are new to our series, my name is Jeanette Spinelli with the Spinelli Residential Group in Austin, Texas. I am your host this fine morning, and I am grateful to have with us, to have you with us, and to have with us 2 real estate experts that are going to enlighten us today. So what we all know in the real estate world from communicating with brokers throughout the world is that we are experiencing a second year of a surge of relocation activity as really we all become incredibly comfortable with the idea, used to be a dream, but now it's reality, that we can live and work anywhere. And you may have long dreamed about living and working elsewhere or about retiring somewhere else. Who hasn't? And we are here in this series to help you realize that you can. We want you to end your time today with us enlightened with a broadened sense of more possibilities. So let's explore one part of our amazing world today. If you are joining us for the first time, let me tell you, we're going to have some fun. And let me also tell you about our format. We're going to have a little bit of Q&A with our experts. And at the end, we're going to share some properties with you, which is always exciting. We want to just familiarize you with the type of properties that you can buy. So all I ask of you is that you tag anyone who might have an interest in this subject so that you can find us at their convenience. We will live out there on Facebook and on YouTube. But it's always a party on Let's Explore series, and everyone is welcome. So before we move on, though, to our fabulous country, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that right now, not all is right in the world. We want to wrap our good thoughts and our heartfelt prayers with our friends in the Ukraine and hope for peace and protection for that country and for its beautiful, beautiful, loving people. And we also want to send our well wishes to our colleagues in Portugal who were planning originally to be featured today, but they are ill and they couldn't participate. We wish our Portuguese colleagues a speedy recovery, and we look forward to hosting you very soon, maybe even next month. We're still firming that up, so check this Facebook page for the coming soon. But no worries, we are in for a treat today in a spot just a little bit closer to home. So, okay. If your workout today consisted of digging out of huge snow piles or wrapping yourself in layers before leaving your home, you may want to listen up because we have something tropical to offer you. Our feature today has been a place of interest since 1493 when Christopher Columbus left Spain with 17 ships and 1,500 men to discover many, many things, one of which is our spectacular feature country, Puerto Rico. Yeah. I told you it's always a party, particularly with these 2 lovely ladies. So I believe most of you probably know where Puerto Rico is. It's among the Greater Antilles, tucked between the Caribbean Sea and the North Atlantic. But some do not know that it's an unincorporated territory of the United States. Now, what that means, this is real important in this day and age because travel to and from Puerto Rico is a breeze. You don't have to worry about visas. You don't have to worry about residencies. And I think you still don't have to worry about passports. So all of that is amazing because we know that's rough right now. It's difficult to get visas and passports. So why bother? Just go to Puerto Rico. It's not just the sunny skies. It's not just the year-round warm weather or the over 300 feet of beautiful ocean beaches that continuously draw us to Puerto Rico. Nope, that's not all. It's not even the sweet mix of coconut cream, pineapple juice, and white rum, known as the pina colada, born in San Juan, the national drink for many, many years. I've had my share of those. And And if this wasn't in the morning, we'd probably have one right here. We're going to have to start. Note to my helpers here that you unfortunately don't see on the screen. They're the brains behind all this. But we have to note we've got to start doing these in the afternoon so that we can have the national drink. Wherever we are, we can all toast. So we'll improve on that. But no, it's not the beaches. It's not the rum. Only just the beaches at the rum. Puerto Rico is a smart financial move with incredible tax incentives, and they're available to those who are relocating, and we're going to delve into that just shortly. So if the tropical weather beaches, majestic mountains, the thriving art scenes, lots of culture in Puerto Rico, if that's not an enticement, the properties we're going to feature at the end of our time this morning certainly will be. So without further delay, let me introduce to you our experts, our fun ladies of the hour from Keller Williams, Claritsa Alcover, yeah, and Katiria Nieves.
Yes, Katiria, yes. You got it right.
I get stressed out about the names. Gonna have to have some people on named Mary or Susan, so I don't mess that up. Those are tough for me. So ladies, beautiful ladies, thank you so much for swinging in here and saving us at the 11th hour. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and tell us what makes you light up, what makes you special.
Well, see if you want to start.
So my name is Katiria Nieves. I was born and raised here in Puerto Rico. My parents are from New York, and they moved back to the island. My grandparents are from the island. They moved to New York in the 50s. My parents are from there, but they fell in love, the connection to the island, come back, and then never left. I've been here since then. I have actually a part of my real estate journey. I was a professional dancer, and I have a dance studio for the past 10 years. I love the culture. I think it's a powerful move for the government to bring all these people that are coming to our island and what we can offer them. So I'm really pleased and happy to be available to have this journey to real estate brokerage and just share a little bit of our joy, food, and our tropical spirit to the whole world.
Hi, people, beautiful people. My name is Claritsa Alcover. I'm a real estate agent here in Puerto Rico. I'm also a lawyer. Here in Puerto Rico, I was born in San Juan. My parents are from Utuado, from the center of the island and the northern part of the island. And all of my family heritage, they're from Spain and from France. Regardless of this, my family fell in love here in Puerto Rico, and we set our roots here. In Puerto Rico, I have grown professionally as an attorney, but I decided to focus all of my persuasive skills regarding sales and real estate. Here in Puerto Rico, real estate, it's evolving and it's coming into an exponential increase in sales. And there's so many miles and miles of unexplored beauty, of unexplored treasures. Here in Puerto Rico, you can not only be happy, be at peace, and enjoy such a tropical and beautiful paradise, but also you can have a relief on your pocket. Mm-hmm. Here in Puerto Rico, we have great tax exemption benefits. And also, if it's your first residential property, if you decide to move to Puerto Rico, you can also relieve those tax exemptions on your property because it's your first residential property. And we have laws that you can enjoy and protect all of your investments.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. We just talk tiny bit.
yeah, it's a huge attractor, and that's one of the things that I want to make sure that we get into here in just a bit. And I'll have to add, I had the great pleasure and opportunity to sit next to Claritsa at a recent real estate conference, and I was so taken by her joy of her country. That she stuck. I mean, there were tens of thousands of people at this real estate conference, but she stuck in my mind simply because of the joy that she has and the pride she has for Puerto Rico. So it was a pleasure to meet you, and fun to see you here on the screen again today. So let's go ahead and get started. We touched a little bit on this, but why Puerto Rico? Why do people buy there?
In Puerto Rico, currently, like I began talking about, in Puerto Rico, we have such benefits. It began all around 2012 when we had Act 20, then Act 22. And now recently, as in January 1st of 2020, we have fused both treaties into one, and that's called Act 60. There are tax exemption benefits that you can, if you abide by certain requisites that the law requires from the applier, the person that will be applying to these incentives, they can fulfill these requirements. And once they do fulfill their requirements, one of them has to be that their corporation, they have to settle their business here. They have to do their LLC here. They have to also buy a residential property here in Puerto Rico, and they have to live here 6 months out of the year on the island. Now, to my clients, I always tell them just like 183 days, just in case, the IRS. But still, it's such a great benefit because you can still relieve your taxes and you can just reinvest them in Puerto Rico. By this, I mean, I have had clients that they invest here in properties in order to gain some rental revenue. They buy their residential property in order to abide by the law, but they also buy certain specific properties that they know that I have introduced them to and I have informed them about the great opportunity zones that we have on the island. And now also on top of the tax exemption benefits, we have opportunity zones on the island. There's specific locations on the island that you can enjoy rehabilitation programs in which you can use federal funds in order to restructure certain communities if you ever wish to invest here on the island. Now, talking about a little bit to the side, let's put aside the taxes. Let's talk about music, dancing, and food.
Oh my God. Puerto Rico is the best. I think that what we're talking about before, you don't need a passport to come here. Just grab your license, you get in a plane, it's 2.5 hours from Miami, 4 hours from 3 hours and 45 minutes from New York. My brother live in Texas. I visit them. It's only 2 airplanes and that's it. So you can enjoy and you can escape from the snow because I know everybody in the winter.
Yeah.
Here we have 36 natural reserves. The first one, the top of the line is the Yunque. Is the only USA national forest, the biggest one in the entire North America.
Yes, so talking about the national rainforest, El Yunque, I live in Rio Grande. I moved from San Juan, the capital, 5 years ago in order to move to Rio Grande. Now, Rio Grande 5 years ago, it was just a town. There was nobody was that interested on the town, but little by little, the migration of people coming in, they have noticed that we have the only rainforest, tropical rainforest in the Caribbean and in the United States. And it's right across the Windham Resort, Hawaiian Resort premises. That's where I live. And it's just 7 minutes away. You can enjoy the rainfalls, just around the waterfalls. Just beware and be careful. Just don't get lost because it's a world of magic and wonders over there.
Now, Claritsa, isn't that your backyard that you're in right now?
Yes.
It's like a resort. So that's what you get to look forward to if you buy in Puerto Rico. And I have to say, just spending 183 days a year there is pretty easy because once you get there, you don't want to leave. So that's easy. Talk to me a little bit about property appreciation over the last, few years. How has that looked in the areas that you serve?
So the properties that through these past years, they started to increase to up to 15% around the island. But you have spaces of areas, specifically luxury areas like Dorado, Condado, is an area specific in San Juan. You have Rio Grande, the upcoming town from Claritsa leaves right now. And you have Humacao, and it went up to 100%.
Yes. So a summary, the entire island has increased in appreciation 15%, but Dorado, San Juan, Rio Grande, and Humacao, they have increased 100%. Now, the news and information on the website will not tell you what I'm going to tell you right now. There's this little teeny tiny town next to Rio Grande.
Oh, yes.
That it's
please.
called Luquillo. That I
Beautiful.
surf, and there it's a surf town, and it was an abandoned town that it has increased like exponentially, like 150% in appreciation, just because it was an abandoned town there. And it's
What
right
is
in
that name again? Can you say that name again?
Luquillo.
And to make sure everybody heard that, because a beach town sounds fantastic.
It's like a beach town, but it's welcoming for just the restructuring and betterment of the community and society over there. And I love it there. I surf there, and I wouldn't change it for a world.
What when a person wants to purchase in Puerto Rico, what would you say are like the entry price points, the minimum, and then also the same question on like the average price point?
Okay, depending on the square footage and also the location in Puerto Rico, unlike a lot of locations around the world that I have been studying and just analyzing, here in Puerto Rico, just being part of a specific community and sector can make a drastic difference in pricing. Like how we said before, in San Juan, Dorado, Humacao, and Rio Grande, their prices are exponentially different. There's a drastic difference regarding the island, just because of the society status that are located, the inhabitants of those towns. So you would see that you may purchase a property that would be outside of those luxury locations that could fluctuate between $600 to $1,100 per square footage. Now, if you're inside the location of, for example, Rio Grande, San Juan, or Humacao, it can fluctuate between $1,500 to $2,000 the square footage. Now, Dorado is a luxury mecca area for real estate. Over there, it is the square footage is around the $3,000 to $5,000 a square footage.
That's expensive.
Yes. On that area specifically, you will find all of our utmost elite society members here in Puerto Rico. Also, you will find the most exclusive luxury hotel, the Ritz-Carlton. And the embassy, and there are many the properties there. Their square footage could even be fluctuating as minimum as 7,000 square feet. That's the base amount of the square footage, and it can go increase into the 15 square footage.
In that area, it was a property. It was a luxury property. It was the most expensive property that was sold in the island. It was about $30 million.
Yes.
Wow. So oceanfront.
Yes.
Oceanfront.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that, that definitely is a small segment of the buying pool. But most of the buyers that come to Puerto Rico, I would suspect maybe they're tourists first, they fall in love, and they want to buy something. What is the typical entry price point for those type of buyers?
It depends on the property, like we said before. If you, for example, are going to invest on the island and you find a property that is a gem, by this I mean beachfront, and you can find it in $200,000, that would be like incredible deal. Then you just have to, if it's FHA or if you're gonna abide by any of the mortgage financing, you can do the FHA or you can do conventional, and it will be between the 3 to 5% or the 10%. And now if it's an investment property, it will be between the 20 and 25% for the entry pricing. And that is on top of, and with that it will be the basic for the purchase property. Also, you will have the notary fees, and if you have a realtor like us, then you will have the commission fees.
Right. Well, and you bring up kind of the next topic too, which is financing. So, I think one of the big benefits in Puerto Rico when people are looking at islands is you do have the same financing opportunities that you have on the mainland. So you mentioned FHA. I think that's huge because many places, either there's no financing, you have to pay all cash in some foreign countries, or because you're not a resident, the down payment is much, much higher. So this is an important point, I think, for all the viewers to understand that, of course, dependent on the price point of the property, they could qualify for
Yeah.
FHA, and people are all about leveraging the money that they have, not being without all their cash. So you can put down just a little, still make your investment purchase, still use the home for your family and for fun, and have be able to ride that wave of appreciation that you've already discovered. So it sounds like the financing opportunities are the same as you would have anywhere in the United States.
Yeah.
And they are the same, but there's a slight difference. Here in Puerto Rico, we in the States, the realtors are the ones who determine the closing dates or how the procedure would be taken, how the steps, step by step. In Puerto Rico, we don't have that advantage. We don't have that benefit. Puerto Rico, we depend on the mortgage agents, on their schedules. So closing dates here in Puerto Rico, they can fluctuate between 60 to 90 days in order to have a property closing. Now, that would not be a great benefit because property pricings can start, you can see difference in pricing. And then a lot of people will be not welcoming to have buyers that are financing. But that's where we come along, in which we are the ones who are on top of mortgage agents, doing follow-ups constantly, checking up on the status of the filing. And because of our continuing doing follow-ups on the agents, we are able to do closings, financing. I did a closing the other day at 17 days. But
yeah, trying to do an average of 30 days.
Yeah, the mortgage agent, I drove her insane, but I did it. But yeah.
Good job. So are the like the regular US banks loaning in Puerto Rico? Is it the same type of lenders?
We have our Puerto Rican banks. We have Banco Popular, First Bank, Oriental Bank. We also have cooperativas,
Small brand,
yeah,
like a community.
Yeah, community or private bank only. Now, in Puerto Rico, with the banking, specifically, we don't have Wells Fargo, we don't have Chase, we don't have
Bank of America. No, we don't have that.
a lot of our clients do our cashiers. That's what in Puerto Rico we do transactions with cashier's checks, or wire transfer. Yes.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that wire transferring here in Puerto Rico, it can delay up to 3 days. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, small differences, but nothing that would be, a huge obstacle. It's a very simple process.
Yeah, if you think like maybe like a family will move here, maybe like a middle class, and say, you know what, we're moving to PR. We have alternative here. Also, we have help from the federal government to that incentive for the first purchase from your first house. We have that here too.
Yes.
And what would you say if you had to pick the typical buyer? Are there families? Are there older people looking to retire? Like, who do you normally see coming from Canada or the US to purchase property in Puerto Rico?
That last one, Canada and the United States. Now in Puerto Rico, we're getting a very big migration from the States just because of the tax exemption benefits. Regardless of that, I always try to please our new guests on the island, but I also try to separate a little time, for families or for elderly people in order to help them out and be able to serve them with a property in which they could live at. Also, we do federal funds, like Katiria said. Federal funds delay a long time, and realtors, they would like or not want to work with the federal funds. But we try to help out the community and pay it forward. So we take their time and patience, then try to help out our Puerto Rican people.
Well, it's evident to see that the process is simple. The properties are beautiful, and you guys are just so full of life and enjoyment that's all the reason right there, right? To make the move to Puerto Rico. But we do want to get to the properties because that is always interesting to people. So we're going to pull up your properties one by one and have a bit of discussion on each one of them. So Claritsa, if you want to go first and tell us about this Viadorado Estates.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Viadorado Estates, it's a lot It's located in Dorado in Puerto Rico. Like we mentioned, that is the top luxury area in Puerto Rico currently at the moment. And it has a 4,000 square meters. It's a lot, and it has an declive in which you would have on the north side of the lot, you would have an ocean view, beautiful, beautiful beach. And right between the ocean view and the lot, you will have all of the exclusive Ritz-Carlton golf course for you to enjoy. Now, there is no obstruction of view between the lot and the beach. So you can just enjoy crisp, clean view, 160 degree view of the ocean. This lot specifically on this neighborhood is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in Puerto Rico, in which many artists live around there. Between them, it's Ricky Martin, you have Raul Alejandro, you have a lot of many other artists that live there. So the exclusivity by itself, it has it's a pricing that anybody that would like to live on that scale of society here in Puerto Rico would pay. Developing here in Puerto Rico would be a great benefit because houses on that neighborhood, they would be selling at least between the 12 to the 22 million dollars. So it depends on the developer, on the program, and the materials that they use in order, if they want to make it as a profit investment for a resale afterwards, I would highly recommend this location. Or if you have somebody that wishes to live in paradise at the most exclusive neighborhood in Puerto Rico, then I would also recommend this lot. It is located, as I said, on the north side of the island. You have the Atlantic Ocean view, as you can see here in the pictures that I shown. The one that has the little houses and the land, you will see that there's a yellow square, tiny yellow square to the right lower side. That is the lot, and right in front of that lot is the entire ocean golf course. So you would not have any type of obstruction of viewing. You will just have the golf course. You can enjoy the people, and you can also have the beautiful view of the ocean, like Atlantic Ocean.
And you have that area in Dorado. They just built a brand new hospital there.
Oh, Johns Hopkins.
Johns Hopkins.
Johns Hopkins Hospital.
They're just gonna open this year. So you have you're like 20 minutes from like the airport. You have a fast pass that you can go there. Don't take that much traffic. You will have there a lot of restaurants. You have there different properties and community and gay communities. They will have like the Ritz,
Embassies.
And Embassy Suites. You will have a lot of hotels in that area. It's I think it was a really prominent area, a really beautiful area.
And people that are building in here, are they able to use any of the services at the Ritz-Carlton?
Yes, so you are able to use the Ritz-Carlton services. That is one of the perks of purchasing on this area. That area is very exclusive. It's very discreet. It's very private, very peaceful. But you will also have your Puerto Rican, spice on the neighborhood, just because of the community, the people, the helpers, maintenance crew. But right there on that location, the entrance to the Viadorado Estates, you have to go through the Ritz-Carlton premises. Yeah. So security is at its most optimal always over there.
Well, and thank you for mentioning the Johns Hopkins, because I do think that people take into consideration medical services as we age, and we know we're going to need those before they choose a place to purchase. And that's a huge value add that you have Johns Hopkins opening. That's fantastic. Okay, what would well, before we go into that, just one more question. What would, let's just say, are there any resales in this area that maybe aren't right on the ocean? What would something like that run?
Well, you will have maybe around, it will depend in what gay or gay community you choose, because you have a lot of them. One of them have a private school there, and it's like it was so famous, really like top level education, that they will not letting any other kids to like enjoy the school. So that area you will get maybe a price range of 5. It will be up to like 12, and then you will get in the area on the 22 million.
Okay. Okay, all right, good to know. Let's go on to the next property here.
Yes, Rio Grande, St. Regis.
It's a lot. That is a really like the Ritz. It's on the other side. We go to the east side, and it's a really like luxury hotel.
Yes. So let's locate our audience on our map. So we have San Juan, and it's located on the north side. So when you look at our map, the north side, San Juan, to the left side, you will find Dorado. To the left side, you will find Dorado. Now, if you're in San Juan and you go to if you're looking at the map to the right side, there is where you will find Rio Grande, where is the Yunque Rainforest. That is approximately 25 to 30 minutes away from the airport, from the capital, from San Juan, Antigua San Juan. Will be like around 34 minutes, more or less. And the location, it's prime because not only is it 25, half an hour from the capital, and it's 7 minutes from the only rainforest in the Caribbean and the States, but it's also 25 minutes from the biggest marina in Puerto Rico that you have that gives access to the yacht owners to the British and Virgin Islands. That is the biggest marina that we have in Puerto Rico, and it's a direct access to St. Thomas, St. John's, St. Bart's, Virgin Gorda, Tortola. And that is one of our biggest perks. So you have both sides of the world.
You have close there to the bioluminescence bay. You can go there and kayak during the night. You have there, yeah, it's really, really nice area. And you have there, we have two award-winning beaches in that area. Go to Flamenco, search on it. Flamenco Beach like in Culebra, like flamenco. And then you will have there in the other, like really close in the other island, there is Puerto Rico, Vieques, you have there Playa Negra, like a sand, like you could sand, like a black sand at the beach.
Oh, nice.
That area in Rio Grande is close to that, you know, that place that you can go and enjoy like the rainforest, the bioluminescence bay, and the most beautiful beaches that we have in the island.
Yes. Also, on that same location near the St. Regis, we have surf beaches. Also, that is a great sport in Puerto Rico. I do kite surfing and I surf, and there it's also like a unknown mecca for surfing. And the water sports in Puerto Rico, specifically on this area, it's up and coming really strong, and it's just all around joyful and beneficial area that you have very centric locations near the St. Regis Resort. Also, it's super luxury, super exclusive, regardless that it's close to all of the other important prominent towns in Puerto Rico. And the St. Regis is the property that we're looking at right now. It's one of our houses that we have at the north side, more close to the east side of the island. And it's right outside of the Highway 66, that it's a direct access to San Juan. That is very beneficial because you would not want to get into traffic here, and it's very exclusive. Once you enter the St. Regis Resort area, over there, you would find beautiful, gorgeous, exquisite, breathtaking houses, in which you will also find this unit. This unit specifically, it is rich with marble flooring, and it has a 4,820 square footage of living area. One of the perks that I love about this property is that the northern side of the property, it's all glass. So when you enter the bedroom, when you enter the bathroom,
you will see like, oh my God, ocean. Like that view. It was for me, helping me. I was living in Condado for like the lockdown. And it's for me, it was helping me that I just get up in the morning and I just see the ocean there. And I know I was locked down in my house, but I feel like I was free. And I think that is like a really nice point when you come to Puerto Rico, that you have this opportunity just to be in the 70s, in the low 70s, 80s, all year long. So you're gonna enjoy this view all year long. You're not gonna have snow. Maybe you can have like a little bit storm between August and October, but that's it. I think it was beautiful.
But talking about the storms, so beautiful people, we know that you may have a concern that would be about our Hurricane Maria. How Hurricane Maria hit the island and it was devastating to all of us. Now, this property specifically, is like a bunker. It's built to last, it's built to protect, and it's equipped with everything. From this, I mean the water cisterns, you have generators, the windows are hurricane proof up to category 5 and above. The location is prepared for anything that may occur regarding if a hurricane hits or if there is any type of earthquake. It is a bunker for a luxury owner. Now, on this specific property, if you're lucky, you would find, you may encounter between the artists of Robert Downey Jr., Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. Sure. Those are the people that inhabit on that area. That community is the utmost top luxury here in Puerto Rico, together with Dorado. But this area specifically, it's up and coming, and it's projected to be almost like Dorado, between the $30 million properties.
Well, that view is amazing. That floor to ceiling glass.
Exquisite.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. The word breathtaking was created for that. It truly is amazing. And you've done also a great job describing the surroundings too, because I think that's very important to people.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have another property that we're looking at?
Yes, the same. This is an apartment located in Bahia Beach, also in Rio Grande, and this is a smaller unit, but still located inside the luxury premises of Bahia Beach. Now, this one is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it's a $2.35 million listing. This one is also equipped with all of the utmost luxury flooring. You have your wood flooring, you have marble toppings, renovated and exquisite Italian designs. Also, you will find that windows are hurricane proof. They're top 2-floor windows. You can enjoy your outside nature. You're welcoming nature inside to your house. And I find that is very peaceful, and that is very zen for anybody that wishes to escape the turmoil of what would be the city in the States. This unit also has generator, water cistern. It has concierge services that I forgot to mention from the resort's premises also, and the utmost high security, both of these properties.
Nice. Now, are most of the homes sold furnished?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. They come furnished, and they come with everything is selected. Like I said previously, it's Italian design, and it has been imported into Puerto Rico, and it's a turnkey sale for this unit.
Because getting furniture right now is always challenging on an island, but even more challenging today. So that's nice to hear that the properties are transacted in a turnkey manner. Let me ask you this: would this property, say, as an example, do people purchase these and then lease them out?
Okay, so since the people that purchase these properties, there are many of them they abide by the tax exemption benefits, and now, like we mentioned before, they would be living here mostly like around at least 183 days on the island. Now, the other months that they're not here on the island, we do rentals with them. Now, the rentals monthly, they can fluctuate between the 15,000 per month and 15 to 30,000, depending on the property, the amenities, the services, the location. Specifically, these ones, Bahia Beach, this unit that is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, can go for between the 12 to 15,000. Now, the one that we saw earlier, the $18 million, that can go between the 30 to 40 per month, the rental.
Yeah, I think it's important. Even if you do choose to do the residency and you're there for the minimum amount of time, to be able to monetize the property in some way if indeed you're going to be off island for a bit. So you have a pretty healthy demand for short-term rentals or a couple month rental there, correct?
Yes. Okay. Currently we have our high seasons right now. We are during the lowest season, and I manage 16 properties and they're all booked. And it's supposed to be the lowest season. During summer, it's a high season for us that from Latin American Latin America. You know that it gets cold during the south. On summer, we have a lot of guests that rent out properties on summer in Puerto Rico. But during the winter
Then
is
from the States and Canada, a lot of people are coming here, you know, warm. The beach is still warm the whole entire year. So it's the difference when I went there to California in winter and I touched the water and I was like, no way.
That's different. That's very, very cold. Well, let me ask you this. If I had like $1 million, could I buy anything in San Juan?
yes. But
Not so great, huh?
yes. So in San Juan, you may be able to be buying a property outside of Condado for $1 million. Condado is like most top luxury area in San Juan. You may buy a property outside of Condado, like for example, Old San Juan. You can buy an apartment, a 2-bedroom one that would be like 1,300 square feet. You may buy an apartment in Atorrey or Santurce. But right now, the market in Puerto Rico, it has increased so much since COVID hit, so much, specifically in San Juan, that properties that were at the $1 million, now they're on 3.2, 4, $5 million, just because people have heard about our beaches, our community, our exquisite food and music, and how welcoming we are, our spirits, and that type of vibes that we have projected with our guests here on the island have welcomed so many investors here to the island that right now we have almost no inventory in San Juan, regardless of the pricing.
But it's good because we said to the other side that we have other areas in the island that it was not explored already. So they have the opportunity to buy maybe a $1 million property, but not specific in San Juan. Maybe they go to the east side, maybe go to the west side. And maybe you have in the west side, you have another airport, is that Aguadilla Airport. It's not that busy, our international airport, but maybe you're going Aguadilla, Isabela, Rincon is the west side, the Rincon is the Mecca, also for surfing. So it's a lot of like people are going that area too.
Nice. So there are some options too. These properties. Well, thank you so much for sharing those properties. We are going to put up your information because I want everyone to take a screenshot of this, take a photo, however you need to write this information down, because Puerto Rico is, from the US and Canada, as you all shared, extremely accessible. The barriers to entry in terms of financing is really non-existent. You can get back and forth, no problems, even with the challenges that we've had in the past few years with COVID. And it has a lot to offer. So take this information down, everybody who's watching, because we want you to keep these ladies in your Rolodex as the experts for Puerto Rico. Whether you're going to visit, make sure to look them up and see what they have to offer you. You just never know. You wouldn't be the first person who went as a tourist and came back with the house, as your souvenir. So keep your minds open to all possibilities. You only have one shot at this life, so you might as well get what you want, right? So thank you all. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And if anybody here in Puerto Rico is willing to come and dare to enjoy a taste of paradise, we also do the concierge services. We take care of everything for our guests.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yes, we do everything, even the LLC incorporation, just getting driver's license, everything. And you will feel at home. We'll make sure of that.
For sure. You just enjoy, come here. We have 4 routes. You can go like gastronomic, enjoy your food. We have beautiful music. I know, guys, that you heard Despacito. So Despacito was filmed at Puerto Rico. I know that you follow Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee, maybe salsa. That's our culture. That's what we grow in. Yeah. And I know that you enjoy our island. We do every day. And
you're more than welcome here. Any day, anytime, 300.
So gracious. Well, I like what you said about the Puerto Rican spice. That does kind of sum it up. I mean, you've got the food, the music, the art. the festivals. It's all such a beautiful cultural mix of Spanish and African influence. It's just a nice tapestry. But I think we can see from our time with you two that the most valuable treasure on this tropical island is the people. Always kind, full of joy, helpful, big smiles, and almost all the activities are really kind of centered around family, whether it's your biological family or the family that you create, whether it's a day at the beach or some cultural event or a meal out. Family is very important to the people of Puerto Rico. And I think once you have time to spend time there, you become family too.
Yeah,
So
that's the base of our structure
that
here.
is true.
And the best thing is we speak Spanish, English, and
French.
So
So it's a pleasure to welcome everybody here, and we will be more than happy to provide our services for you. We want to make you happy.
Thank you so much. So generous. So audience, as we wrap up, if the idea of purchasing a second property in Puerto Rico is intriguing to you, you've learned now who to speak to. Or if you'd like to find us for past episodes internationally and throughout the US, you can find us on YouTube. We've got 2 years now of past episodes. And also like us on our Facebook page, Spinelli Residential Group, so that you can hear about our future broadcasts. Reach out to your local Keller Williams agent. Your local agent can connect you to an expert anywhere in the world. If you recall in the beginning, I said we're on 5 continents, 54 regions. If you can dream it, we can find it for you. So thank you very much, our panelists, for what you've shared today. We value you so much, and I can't wait to come back. I have visited Puerto Rico, so I can't wait to come back and see you. Now, next, we may be in, we don't know where we're going to be yet. We may be in Portugal, we may be in Punta Mita, we may be in Puerto Vallarta. We're kind of on a trend of keys right now, so we'll see where we end up. The world is huge, that's for sure, and we are planning to show it all to you. And yes, Keller Williams has offices in all those locations and many, many more, and more coming. So thank you again, ladies. Katiria, Claritsa, come see me in Austin, Texas.
Yes. Hopefully we'll see each other again on our next reunion. Also.
Yes, I hope so. So for everyone else, until next time, take care from the beautiful city of Austin, Texas. This is Jeanette Spinelli with the Spinelli Residential Group, your Austin consultant. Go make it a powerful day. Stay healthy, and above all else, be kind. Thank you so much. Until next time.
ciao.